guys, welcome to another episode of Smash JT. New year, same politically correct BS we've been dealing with for the past decade. It's still rearing its ugly head in 2019. Nothing has changed. This latest incident between Facebook and Devolver Digital only highlights what we as a society are going to be dealing with going forward because the machines are taking over. JT. You may or may not be familiar with Nomada Studios' Nintendo Switch and Windows PC game Gris. It's basically a zen experience with colors flowing everywhere, and it's a different style of game. But one thing this game is not is sexually suggestive. Except if you ask Facebook, because Devolver Digital was trying to run an ad on Facebook and it got rejected because they said it included sexually suggestive content. Now this, on the surface, maybe it's just a minor issue, a computer error. Let's just appeal this and they'll fix it, right? No, after appeal, Facebook still denied Gris being able to be run on the platform as an advertisement. Now this points to a much bigger issue with Facebook having computers scanning ads to see if they're appropriate or not. And in this situation, Facebook clearly got it wrong. Devolver Digital was quoted as saying, "This was really stupid, but there's not much more they can do except try to argue it and hope Facebook eventually overturns it." Devolver Digital had an official tweet stating, "Facebook rejected a Gris launch trailer ad for this sexually suggestive scene. So this year is going great so far," which at least Devolver Digital can approach this a little bit with tongue in cheek, but I could only imagine being a developer on that small team making Gris and then trying to get good sales numbers to justify making the game and then hearing that a computer is rejecting your ad for something that is completely BS. Stephanie Tinsley, who represents Devolver Digital, told Polygon that Facebook refuses to accept the argument that there is nothing wrong with this video. To which Tinsley replied, "This is really stupid. We appealed and Facebook said the appeal was rejected based on the grounds that Facebook does not allow nudity. First of all, this is a statue. And secondly, there's no nudity shown in the photo, nor is this what any reasonable person could consider sexualized content." But none of that matters because Tinsley even attached photos of nude statues and sexually suggestive themes that she found just able to browse on Facebook and find. She sent those along with her appeal, and Facebook said, "Those are allowed because they're art." Facebook allows photographs of paintings, sculptures, and other art that depicts nude figures as exceptions to its otherwise steadfast rules. Therefore, the photos Tinsley sent over as examples would classify as acceptable by Facebook's guidelines. Which gets to another question of, so now we're saying video games are not art? But are video games art? And if they are, would we be allowed to advertise sexually suggestive content in a video game if it qualifies as art? And who's making the decisions of what art is and what art is not? Clearly, this is all being done by an algorithm in a computer that scans a video and says outputting yes or no, this is okay for our platform. Which, unfortunately, there's not even a human to talk to at Facebook to say this is an issue, we're trying to pay for an ad with you guys, and you're rejecting it for a reason that is not valid. Facebook prohibits the display of sexual activity and also applying to digitally created content unless it's posted for educational, humorous, or satirical purposes. The screen from Gris doesn't include any sexual activity, implicit or otherwise. It also is not sufficiently detailed and only body shares or contours are visible, which Facebook notes would not result in a ban of the ad. What exactly is the problem with this advertisement of Gris? Facebook does not need to reply or give any information otherwise. They decided this is the way it is, so tough luck to Devolver Digital and the studio that made the game. Who cares? You can't run your ad. You won't be able to get those lost numbers of sales from the people that may have potentially wanted to buy it from seeing it on Facebook, which is a travesty. I've reached out to Devolver Digital on Twitter asking if they plan on moving forward with a different ad or if they plan on continuing to fight this via Facebook. I don't know what direction they're going to go with it. I certainly hope they continue to fight it because if they don't, man, this really sets a bad precedent for the rest of anybody trying to run an advertisement on the Facebook platform. If Facebook is allowed to just decide what's sexual content and what's not, what does that mean for the rest of us? Now, I do understand Facebook does own the platform and they're able to do whatever they want. They're allowed to run it however they want to do it. But my issue is, if computers are making decisions and the computer is wrong and they don't have a human to interact with it to say, oh yeah, this is a failsafe to fix that, that's where the issue is. And a lot of these gigantic companies, Google and YouTube, looking at you too, you're getting so big for yourselves that you lost the entire aspect of having a human involved. And maybe that's because it's too expensive to have a human being involved with all these people on the platform at the same time, but that's the issue that needs to be looked at. Not saying what people are allowed to do and what they aren't because a computer said that. They need to look at fixing internally how they review advertisements in this case. At least that's how I feel about the situation. Seeing as this is Facebook's platform, should they be allowed to accept or deny any ads for whatever reason they want? Or should they be required to have a reasonable human look at something and say, yeah, that's okay, our computer made a mistake, we will run that ad? Be very interested to hear what you guys have to say about that. That's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a good one.
Smash the J.